Alright, friends, we're gonna get started. Hare Krishna. Alright, friends, let's get started. Hopefully, I don't eat up that whole mic before the end of this class. Alright, let's find a comfortable seat and let's arrive. Welcome to your Kriya class. Alright, before we start, I want to start by a little bit of a opening of the class and a little bit of showing off obeisances to obeisances to your gurus. So bringing your hand in front of your heart. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Mangyam Timirandasya Janyam Janashalakayam Shakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Navishesha Sunyavadi Ashtati Vajataine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Alright, folks. Welcome to class. My name is Caro. I am super happy to have y'all here on this very auspicious day of Ratha Yatra. This is a very beautiful day focused on Bhakti Yoga celebration. It's a very ancient practice based on devotion and compassion and opening the heart. So very happy to be here with you today. So that's what I would say the tradition of Bhakti Yoga is anchored on, right? But today we're going to practice Kriya Yoga, which is a bit different than Bhakti Yoga. But I want to explain to you, they're both rooted in the Vedic texts, so they have the same roots, right? But they're quite different, right? In Bhakti Yoga, we center a lot onto the heart and the devotion and the chanting to the divine, to bringing into the body, into the vessel. And in Kriya Yoga, we're doing action and breathing. And so we're going to focus this class mostly on opening your heart and boosting with Kriya, okay? Before we get started, I'm really curious, how many of you have practiced Kriya before? It's known in the West as Kundalini Yoga. Amazing. Okay, sweet. So for those of you who have not practiced before, Kriya Yoga, basically the goal of Kriya Yoga is to gather that energy and really like center it. And it's the whole goal of the practice is to use prana, so life force energy, and to move it through the different centers of the body, so different chakra centers. And that's what Kriya is about. So it's a very complete practice. We do a lot of pranayama, we do some mantra, so chanting some sounds. Don't worry, there won't be any karaoke in this specific class if you're worried about it. But there's also going to be some movement, but we mostly will be seated, cross-legged, okay? That's why if you want to scooch a little bit closer, you also can. And yeah, so it's a very complete class, okay? So to start, I invite you to find a comfortable seat. And also, a little disclaimer, Kundalini Kriya is a little weird. So let's keep our minds open to some kind of strange movements. You might feel like you look silly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, okay? And most of the practice will be with your eyes closed because we really want to tune inside, right? So just keep your mind open, try it, and let's get to it, okay? All right. So finding a comfortable seat. So for those of you who are really, really new to yoga, the goal of yoga is to connect mind, body, and soul. It's not just moving the body and doing fitness. It's about connecting all the facets of who we are so we can connect to the divine. Some people call it the universal, the cosmic forces, whatever you choose to call it. So finding a comfortable seat, cross legs, Sukhasana, and starting to close your eyes. I'm going to invite you to take one of your blocks. If each of you have a blocks, just elevate a little bit of your buttocks. It's always very easy for the spine to be tall. Yep. If you have Padmasana in your practice, lotus, yeah, you can find it. I never had it. I don't know if I'll ever have it. It's okay. Sukhasana is totally fine. And starting by closing your eyes. And within the midst of all the sounds that we hear around us today, we're going to focus inward. So we'll spend a lot of time closing our eyes in this class. If you have any doubt, you can open your eyes and watch me. But we really want to tune in, give ourselves a chance to tune in. So the way to connect body, mind, and soul is by first working with the body by finding the right posture. So as we elevated our buttocks, I invite you to imagine a thread from the top of your head pulling you all the way up towards the sky. So you might feel like your body is like following the instruction and the spine feeling even taller and taller. Shoulders are going down. And an opposite force, an opposite thread is pulling you all the way into the earth. Beautiful. So once you've reached that posture, we're then going to move to slowing down the mind. The mind loves to go on so many routes and so many journeys, where we're going to slowing down here with the breath. The breath is the great carrier to slow that mind. So once ready, on your own pace, you'll take 4 counts in, inhale, and 4 counts exhale. Nothing forced, just staying with your natural breath. We're just landing here. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back to the breath. On this one, we're bringing in from the nose and exhale gently through the mouth. Nothing forced here, we're just anchoring ourselves in the pause. And then slightly deepen your exhales, making them slightly longer so we can calm the mind, calm the body. And once we've reached that state of grounding of the mind and the body, we're now going to connect the soul. So we're going to bring our focus onto the heart, noticing the heartbeat, continuing to breathe with the same pattern. Again, if your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. going to start connecting all the energies. We'll be chanting Om, but before we get to it, we're going to dissect a little bit Om. So Om is actually A-U-M. It's not just Om, it's Aum, okay? So it has a specific purpose. It's a very specific sound. It's known to be the most ancient sound, if anything. So we're going to call in the energies to activate all these energy centers within our own body, our own vessel. And Om starts with A. So A sound activates lower chakras mostly. Then when we reach the heart, the AU opens up the heart space, and then the M opens up the upper chakras usually. So that's why the heart center is such a hinge chakra that really connects the bottom chakras with the top chakras, right? So I'm going to demonstrate for you. If you want to open your eyes, I can show you how we're going to follow the progress of that sound to really awaken all these energy centers. So we're starting by bringing our awareness to the bottom of the spine, the lowest chakra, with the sound as we reach the heart, it turns into oh. So the mouth is slowly turning close, right? And as we reach the third eye, we'll have our lips closed, and the sound will turn okay? So it looks like that. And again. Okay, so let's practice it all together, right? We'll take a big breath in and we'll do 3 arms together. Deep inhale. And I'm really sitting with the vibrations that are still like remaining in your whole body, still gently shaking your whole body. So that's how we awaken the Shushumna Nadi, all the main spine nadi. So sitting with that, anchoring yourself. Taking a few more breaths before we get started with the warm-up. Alright, so now that we're grounded, we're going to move with the warm-ups. And with the warm-ups, we're going to stay. I'm going to try not to eat this mic. With the warm-ups, we're going to keep that posture that we just built up in the past few minutes, okay? So we start with Sufi grinds. We'll put our hands, our palms onto our knees, and we're just going to gently grind our waist. We're going to make turns with inhales towards the front and exhale towards the back. You can go any direction for now. Just keep it that direction. Making sure that you're really breathing. Like with Kriya Yoga, the most important thing is the breath, if anything. And keeping your eyes closed is really helpful to keep that grounding. So we inhale forward, exhale as we're backward, and going back to the center, going the other direction. Inhale forward, and exhale backward. You can go as slow and deep as you like to, giving yourself a good inner massage of the hips right there. This is great for the lower chakras. Really opening your chest as you're going forward and inhaling. And gently going back to the center. Noticing if anything shifted within you. Our next warm-up exercise, again, we'll keep our palms onto your knees and we do spinal flexes, right? So it looks like this. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale, opening up the chest, bringing the shoulders toward the back. Exhale, curving down. Again, at your own pace. Your eyes are welcome to be closed. It's even better if they're closed. You can focus inward even better by closing one of our most stimulated sense, the eyes. Making sure to emphasize that breath. Again, inhale forward, exhale as you curve down. And we're gonna add up to it with a little visualization. As you're curving down, you're focusing on the root of the spine. And as you're exhaling, you follow that journey of the breath all the way to the third eye, okay? And we exhale, opposite journey, all the way down to the root. Inhale from the root to the third eye. Exhale, third eye between the eyebrows, all the way down the spine towards the bottom of the spine, okay? And we'll add on to it, we'll add arms this time, opening up your arms as you inhale. Exhale, giving yourself a good hug and squeeze. Inhale, open up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open up, hugging the sky and bring the sky into your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. We're gonna stay here, and that's starting to be juicy and interesting. We're gonna add the Mula Bandha here. So our bandha here, we're gonna tighten up the anus, sex organs. Yep, all the perineal floor. And then we're gonna also tighten up the navel. I know. We're staying here for 15 seconds. Tighten it all up. Hold the breath there. 10 more seconds. And exhale, release everything. Little intro to the bandhas. We're gonna do a lot of those today. All right. Inviting you to bring those palms back to your knees. Again, notice what shifted, if anything. And if nothing shifted, it's also fine. Just stay within yourself, eyes closed, fully grounded. Last natural breath. All right, now we're getting into the juicy part of the Kriya. Let's go. Okay, folks, we're gonna practice the Dirga pranayam and Dirga pranayam and prana mudra. So we're gonna combine both breathing and the mudras. Okay, so mudras is a lot of movement and signs that we do with our hands. We're holding them. It's like a call of energy, specific energies. So let's nail that mudra before we get started with the pranayam. Okay, so prana mudra, you're gonna bend both your pinky and your ring finger. Yeah, and you're gonna lock them with the thumb. It's like a peace sign, except that those top fingers, they're close to each other like that. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Amazing. That way you're like basically locking your fire energy, your earth energy, and your water energy together. Okay, so it's a very balancing prana. If you want to meditate and you're feeling a little giddy or you had too much coffee that day, this is a great mudra to breathe into. Okay, once you're done, we're gonna bring our hands back onto their knees. And then the interesting part about the Dirga pranayam is it's a 3-section breath. So it's getting interesting Kriya here. We're gonna breathe in 3 sections. So we're gonna breathing from the belly, then the ribs, then the chest, and then we're gonna exhale, opposite journey, chest, ribs, belly. Okay? So it's very internal. It's very much like you can really close your eyes and focus on it, but if you want to watch me as I do it, so it looks like this. Okay, we're breathing in and out from the nose, okay, and we're trying to keep that spine nice and tall, keeping those shoulders as they are right now. Let's try not to curve down. Let's try to keep that spine. You want to join? Come. Okay, let's close our eyes and let's practice together, okay? So in, out, out. Belly, rib, chest, rib, belly, rib, chest, ribs, belly, rib, chest, ribs, belly. In, out, out. 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 Continuing on your own, making sure that you draw that navel in towards your spine, fully emptying the lungs as you exhale. This is a great workout for our abs. If you want to get ready for the summer to show your abs, this is perfect. The eyes are closed and the focus is on the third eye, even though we're working with the navel and the heart chakra. In, out, out. In, out, out. Staying with it, staying present. On your next full inhale, we're gonna inhale fully, and we're gonna stay there. We're gonna hold the Mula Bandha again. Fully breath in, holding up. And stay there for 15 seconds. Even if your belly is full, your navel is still going towards the spine, so the prana is being shot all the way into the heart and the throat. 5 more seconds. And exhale. Amazing. All right. 2 normal breaths here. Staying with it, staying present within yourself, even though there's a lot of sounds around, it doesn't matter. Your core, your anchor, your grounding is within. And gently opening your eyes, coming back here onto the mat. Okay, you're gonna release the prana, the mudra. We're gonna bring our arms, parallel to the floor, palms facing each other. We still have that really straight spine, right? And okay, we're gonna inhale, left arm up, right arm down, and then we're gonna do opposite. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, eyes are closed, focus is on the third eye. We can speed up if we have it in us today. Continuing on your own pace, staying with it. Bringing the belly button all the way to the spine on your exhale. 15 more minutes to go. Just kidding. 1 more minute to go. And inhale all the way up. All your arms are straight in front of you, parallel. Holding up that belly and that breath. Applying the Mula Bandha and the navel bandha, shooting all that air into your heart. 15-second hold. And exhale, releasing everything. Okay. Starting to build up and get hot in here, no? Amazing. Alright. We're joking around here, but let's keep grounding. Taking a couple normal breaths here. Again, noticing how you feel. Noticing if you feel that heart opening up a little bit more. I'll give you a few more moments. And let's get to our next Kriya. Okay, we do a twist right now. We're gonna bring our hands just like that. Our fingers are gonna be in the front and our thumbs are gonna be in the back of our shoulders. Okay? We're gonna do inhale left. We're gonna look like girouette. Inhale left, exhale right, all through the nose, okay? Eyes closed, focused on the third eye, the space between your eyebrows. If you have it in you to go faster, you can. But again, being mindful of how you feel today. If a slow pace sounds good to you, just match your breath to your movement. It's all about the breath in Kriya Yoga. So even if you don't go that deep in the movement or that fast, should I say, the breath can still be strong. Continuing, staying with it. And on your next exhale, we're keeping the hands on the shoulders. Deep inhale. Apply Mula Bandha. Holding up that breath for 15 more seconds. Feeling ourselves tall towards the sky. And exhale, release everything. Alright. Are you starting to feel those muscles in the arms a little bit? Yeah? Great. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna do like a body drop. So if you want to remove whatever you have under your butt, you can still be in Sukhasana, so easy pose, or if you have the Padmasana, lotus in your practice, if you have that, this is great exercise to do so. We're gonna lift our whole body with our hands, so hands on each side of our body. Let's work out more of these arms today. We're gonna lift ourselves up. So we inhale, we lift ourselves up. I know it's crazy, right? Inhale up, exhale, exhale down. I know it's super fun and ridiculous. Continuing on your own pace. It doesn't need to be such a big jump if you don't have it in you. Just continuing, sticking with it. Eyes closed, focus on the third eye between the eyebrows. Let's go faster for the last 10 seconds. And relax. That was fun, right? This is great to awaken the Muladhara chakra, so the root chakra. So it shoots like that. It wakes up the energy. The Kundalini energy is usually coiled at the bottom of the spine. So when you give it a little kick, it tends to maybe not shoot up, hopefully, but awakens just safely, right? All right, so let's have our eyes closed again. If you need to lift your butt, bringing that support under your buttocks again, just to find that tall spine again. It's really important to have that tall spine. There's anything we have to nail in Kriya Yoga is just that spine being tall, so all the prana and the breath can move nicely. Again, we're gonna take 5 normal breaths here just to make sure we're anchored. Make sure we take the time to integrate every little exercise that we do here. So noticing if anything changed or shifted since we started. Gently flickering your eyes open. I'm going to demonstrate the next Kriya. We're going to bring our hands, our palms are interlaced like that. We're going to bring them behind our head. Perfect. And we're going to do breath of fire. We love breath of fire in Kriya Yoga. So, breath of fire, I know that sounds like spicy. So it's all about the exhale. And when we exhale, remember when we were talking about pulling that navel towards the spine? It's almost like doing so over and over again. And you'll notice that your inhale automatically comes if you exhale that way. So it looks and sounds like that. So you're really exaggerating that exhale with your belly button shooting all the way towards your spine. Nothing really complicated here. It's all about the strength of that breath. Exhale strongly from the nose. Eyes closed. Focus on the third eye. Deep inhale, holding on that breath, applying Mudra Bandha, navel bandha, holding that breath for 15 seconds, opening those arms towards the back. And exhale, releasing everything. 5 normal breaths here, catching your breath. All right, last Kriya before we move into a bit more pranayama and meditation. This one we're gonna go into Vrijasana, so it's like thunderbolt. Looks like this. So you're staying on your knees, like that. If you need to be elevated on the block, it's also totally fine. Can everyone see me still? Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Okay. We're gonna bring those hands again. They're gonna meet each other towards the back. So we're opening that chest. And we're gonna add some mantra to that kriya. So we're gonna be adding more of this energy. We're gonna do Om, Soham. Om as we go down, Soham as we go up. Okay. You can say that mentally. You can whisper it. You can scream it. You can not at all say it. But this is completely optional. Okay. So let's go. We're going down. Om, Soham. Om 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 Soham. Continuing on your own, as you open up, just making sure that those shoulders go all the way to the back, really creating that spaciousness into the heart space. So, 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 and coming back up all together. We're gonna apply the Mula Bandha, you know what's coming. Deep inhale together here. Tightening up everything from Muladhara chakra. So all the pelvic floor, all the way up to the navel. Tightening up everything, holding that breath for 15 seconds. Shoulders towards the back, heart fully open towards the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Ah! Amazing. Let's shake those arms a little. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Amazing. Let's go back into Sukhasana, easy pose. Next exercise, we're getting into we built up all that energy, now we're gonna integrate it finally. So we're going into that pranayama, the easy part of the class. I worked you out a lot today. You'll thank me tomorrow or not. So we're gonna practice Hridaya pranayama right now, which is the heart pranayama, heart breath. So bringing your palms onto the chest, just like prayer mudra, closing your eyes. And just like the beginning of the class, we're gonna focus again on that breath. We really activated the heart. You should feel your heartbeat going much faster than it was at the beginning of the class. And starting by noticing that with your thumb pressing into your chest gently and a little bit of pressure onto each palm. Having your elbows parallel to the floor. And just breathing here naturally. Gently from the nose. Letting the breath become very light, shallow, effortless. Very slow inhales, no count here, just on your own rhythm. Whatever your heart, your body is dictating here. Slow inhales, slow exhales. Eyes are closed. The focus is again between your eyebrows onto the Ajna chakra, third eye. We're now gonna bring the awareness down all the way into the heart. Keeping that mudra, keeping that gentle breath in and out. Might not sound complicated, but there's a lot of subtlety into this. Into the heart, picturing a soft emerald green light. It's intensifying as you're breathing in, and it's expanding all the way into the rest of your body as you exhale. And I invite you to bring the awareness here to the spontaneous pauses that happen between your inhales and your exhales, that space in between. The yogic tradition teaches us that where awareness goes, energy flows. So with your mind onto the heart right now, the heart is opening up. The heart is the door of the spirit. It's the crib of the soul. And if we were spending more time breathing and leaving from the heart space, pretty much anything would be possible. Really, it's infinite. Because fears, they only exist in the mind, they don't exist in the heart. So now I invite you to stay in that space and ask yourself, beyond the identifications, beyond all the roles that you place, all the thoughts, all the mind, can you begin to sense who you are as we peel off all the layers towards the heart? It gives a whole new meaning to those breaths in and breath out, doesn't it? We're going to keep our eyes closed. We're going to be so gentle to release that mudra. And we're going to find most yogis' favorite pose is the Shavasana. With your head towards me, dead body pose. The last pose of the class. Moving so gently. Here we're going to continue with a very natural breath. In yoga, it is said that wisdom is not something we acquire by doing more. Wisdom is actually what remains when the mind becomes quiet enough to perceive clearly. Yoga is being able to see through the veil of Maya, of the material world, and reconnect to that spark that lives into our heart. That spirit incarnated to live that human experience. On our next inhale, we're going to bring some movement into the toes, the fingertips. Gently move your head side to side, ever so gently. We're going to all take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up those lungs, and a deep exhale. Extending your arms above your head, stretching yourself one more time, maybe tickling your neighbor's toes. It's okay if you touch each other very gently. You're gonna roll towards the right into your fetus position, negotiating space with your neighbor. And take a deep breath in here together. Gently, we're going to press onto the top arm to lift yourself up back into a seated position, Sukhasana. Towards me. So eyes closed. Bring your hands into prayer one last time so we can close this class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We'll chant those three Oms again together. Remember, A-U-M, deep inhale. Gently releasing your mudra onto your knees, flickering your eyes open. Thank you so much for coming to this yoga class. My name is Caro. You can find me right here if you have questions about Bhakti Yoga, Kriya Yoga. I teach on Wednesdays and Saturdays in my studio in Brooklyn, in downtown, if you want to join. I usually do a lot of light and color light and yoga. So we're usually in a space where we do both light therapy and chakra yoga. I also teach yoga nidra if you're interested in that trippy journey into your subconscious. This is quite an interesting one. It's very different than most vinyases practiced here in New York City. So if you want to explore, let me know. I have some flyers here if you want to join our WhatsApp group to know about the next classes. And I also do color therapy and yogic tradition therapy if you're interested in like a whole like chakra therapy with me or Reiki. You can come talk to me or any questions you have. I'm so happy to have you. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special day of Ratha Yatra. Ooh.